Hey everybody, this is Garrett, and in this video I'm going to show you how I make a Tanuki Bonsai. I found this little lemon cypress at the store the other day, and I thought it would be cool to use it as a demonstration to make a Tanuki. This is the piece of deadwood that I'm going to be using. I found it at the pet store for the reptile section. It's called Mopani wood, and it's really dense and it's a hardwood, so it won't rot easily. And this is the pot that I'm going to be using. It's a ceramic pot with a tan and blue color. It's a little deep, so it'll hold the wood in place pretty well. Alright, here I'm going to start taking the tree out of the pot. In the store, they grow in what's called coconut coir. And the coconut coir isn't really good for trees because, as you see, it holds a lot of moisture. And if you actually leave it in the coconut coir, it causes root rot and it'll kill the tree. So that's something you don't want in bonsai. In bonsai, you want a fast draining soil that retains just enough moisture that it needs, but it needs to be fast draining. So here I'm actually using a root rake to take all the soil out from the roots. That way I can place it in proper bonsai soil. Alright, so I basically took all the coconut coir from the roots. There's a little bit left, but that's not to worry. But this is the old stuff. I'm not going to throw it out because I use it to propagate cuttings with. So I'm going to just set it to the side here. So whenever you plant bonsai, you want to pick the best front of the pot, because the front and the back's going to look a little different. So you're going to want the best looking side facing front. So now that I choose that, I'm going to face that towards me, and then I'm going to put some wire through the bottom. That way I can tie the tree down in place. This is the bonsai soil that I'm going to be using. It's fast draining, and it's basically like really fine pine bark mixed with stone and clay. So I'm going to put a base drainage layer down. And then now I can determine how I want the deadwood to be placed in the pot. So I'm going to just configure that and then figure out like how I want the tree to be positioned onto the deadwood. There's a nice groove right there that I think the trunk would fit nicely in. So I'm going to put that on the back side. And here I'm going to trim a bunch of the bottom branches off. That way it could sit behind the wood nicely. And then here I'm going to use a couple of thumbtacks to actually tack the tree to the piece of deadwood. And then as it grows, it would like keep its position onto the deadwood. And then you can remove the thumbtacks once you think it holds. Now I'm going to position everything in the pot and then tie it down with the wiring. That basically helps keep it in place. And then you can start filling in with soil around it. And then you could use a stick to poke the soil down underneath the piece of wood and in between the roots. It kind of fills the gaps in, so everything will be like filled in nice. Now that it's all potted up, you can make your final styling choices. Here I'm just trimming a couple of the bottom leaves that are coming out. And that's basically all there is to it. You're basically just tying the piece of wood down to the pot and then mating the tree to it, and then make it look like it's one tree growing in the pot. So eventually the leaves will start filling out, and this trunk piece that's tacked down will start filling into the gaps of the deadwood, and then you won't even be able to tell that it's two pieces of like a tree and a deadwood. It'll just look like one tree growing. And then right after you pot it up, you want to water it in all the way, and then just keep it outside and water it like normal. And then, like I said, I'm going to use this old soil and these cuttings, and I'm going to propagate new trees from it. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you guys get inspired to at least go out and try to make your own Tanuki Driftwood Bonsai. And there's nothing really to it. You just got to make sure the health of the tree is good and you tie everything down securely. So subscribe, and thanks for watching again.